What's up, guys? So from the looks of it, it looks like we're finally off of the fillers. Yes, this has been a long filler arc and I've been getting sick of it, so really happy to be returning to the canon and really looking forward to that. So anyways, I'm here today by Naruto Shippuden episode 361 review. This one was kind of like, the preparation to getting Team 7, actually learning about them a bit more, and Kakashi walking with the third, just basically trying to learn more about his team that he's getting. He went over to Naruto's place and he was all messy. You see, he had expired milk, he had freaking dishes everywhere. He looked as a mess, a straight up mess. And then they all saw that. They all just saw that he's like a clumsy dude and he's just, not very organized. He's a fool, like the third said and everything. Then he went over to Sakura's place. And yeah, her parents were crazy about them, trying to get them to go into the house and giving them proper respect for the sensei and the third Hokage. So Sakura, yeah, she's kind of like a crazy. So we have a fool, then we have crazy. Now over to Sasuke's apartment. He had this, super neat apartment. Of course, he has been disciplined by his dad because he's in the Uchiha. They are like the, I guess, perfect race. Not really, but but still, Sasuke was like a prodigy, and he had kept his apartment clean and everything. So we had the fool, the crazy, and the prodigy. Now you put them in a team together, and there that is. Now the third Hokage put together his team because it reminded him of Naruto's old team. He had Obito, who was basically the fool. We had Kakashi, who was basically the prodigy. Then we had Rin. She wasn't really crazy, but she was the female of the squad. And that's what that went out to. Then we had Hiruzen's team. Now he had Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru. Orochimaru was the prodigy. Jiraiya was the fool, and Tsunade was the female of the group. So he kind of based the decisions off of that group and Minato's group. So I see where he actually came with the idea of putting the highest ranking with the low ranking, and just somebody there to keep them balanced. So it's a pretty good plan or team. And then he explained why he picked them and everything, but I won't go all into that. So whenever everybody was picking out their their senseis and everything, actually coming to get them, you see Naruto actually just, of course, they're children, not children, but they're kind of competitive in a way. We're just mean to each other and everything, like, hey, our sensei's gonna come in next and next and next. So that happened. And then we had Naruto want to play a prank on Kakashi and actually have that little, eraser drop on his head, and that happened and it worked. Now, Kakashi he's good at analyzing stuff. He's like, hey, Naruto's the one who did this. Sakura wants to protect herself and just keep out of trouble, and Sasuke doesn't really care. So they didn't really show good teamwork there. I mean, I don't know what he meant about that. Did he want them to all contribute to the prank or something like that? But I don't really know. So we had that happen, and then we already seen this, but the whole mission or whatever, the bell test, the bell test, had that, and then they weren't using teamwork, so they initially had to fail that and try again. Now, of course, Kakashi wanted them to give each other the food, give Naruto the food so he can eat, because that's proper teamwork. Even if your sensei says don't do something, but it's beneficial to your teammate, he wants them to know that teamwork is the most important thing. So he wanted to make that happen because obviously his team didn't have teamwork because Kakashi always went in recklessly and didn't really help out each other in the bell test. So that's where he failed, and he was like, hey, I failed being a good teammate, and so I cannot pass this on to my students. So he wanted them to have proper teamwork, be able to use each other for strategies and stuff like that, and that's what he wanted to do. And then he wasn't really he was like, hey, did the right thing, am I failing them for no reason? So he kind of thought about that a little bit, and then when they ended up giving them the food, he was like, hey, maybe this is a good team, maybe they can do teamwork correctly, and that's where that happened. So then we had the Minato pushing, then the Rin pushing, then Obito. Now, one complaint: Obito is not dead. Why do you make him think that? I mean, of course he doesn't know, but just having the little ghost thing push him is just a bit too far. I mean, yeah, Obito was dead to Kakashi, but we know he's not dead, so therefore pushing him didn't really do anything. and that's a little complaint, but not really important. But you know, that's all we have from this episode. So by the preview, we will definitely be back to canon the storyline in the next episode. Looking forward to that, and I cannot wait. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to thumbs up for Kakashi actually learning the true power of teamwork, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.